Howdy, it's Mr. Russell, and welcome to both your first AP Chemistry video and your first Flipped Classroom video. So you might be asking yourself, where do I find these videos? The first option is going to be Edpuzzle. Edpuzzle is a high-tech option where you can just download the app on your smartphone, and you can watch it on the school Wi-Fi or your home internet, and it's synced to Google Classroom so that when you open it up and you use your Google account to log in, you will see my class and you will also see the videos I've assigned. Then you can also see the due dates. I can also see where you how I can see your progress or if you've watched it or not. You can go to my YouTube channel. I do have one, and it's called Matthew Russell. It's my school YouTube channel that's synced to my Google account. You can go to your own Google Classroom. I'll be posting the videos there, and the only problem with that is it puts them in a stream. So if it's an older video, you kind of have to dig at the bottom. But there's also, if those three options are not good for you at home, if you don't really have internet at home, there are low-tech options where we can use a flash drive. If you have a computer at home that just doesn't hook up to the internet, I can bring me a flash drive and I will download the videos there, and that way you can play them at home on your own computer. You can bring me an iPod. I will upload the videos to your iPod, and then you don't need internet for that. Or you could use the Chromebooks that we have at school. Just come before school, at lunch, or after school to my classroom. You don't have to say a word to me. Just come out and get a Chromebook, log into Edpuzzle, and watch the video yourself. When you watch these videos, it's very important that you try to find a quiet place. I say that because watching an instructional video is very different from watching Spider-Man. It's because TV shows and movies have a story to them that keep your attention and that keep you engaged. I don't have a story. Sorry. I just have the instruction like you're getting right now. So it's if you find yourself drifting away or need some time and you're not exactly sure what I said, go ahead and pause and rewind back, and that way you'll be able to pause and reflect or understand what is actually going on. Please don't skip forward, and please don't binge watch. Your brain can only take so much at a certain amount of time. So if you binge watch them for the first time, it's really tough. But it's great for test reviews. Only great for test reviews if you have watched it before. So if it's your second or third time to watch it. For me to check if you've done these videos and you've watched them, for all the high-tech and low-tech options is that I will check your notes in a composition book. I want you to they don't have to be long. I just want you to take down notes, write down definitions, work out a problem if I'm working out a problem on the video. They're going to be due the day after the actual due date. That'll be the first thing. Just come out, give me your notes. I'll put a check mark or an X, and it'll be either a 0 or a 100. It should be an easy daily grade. I want you but at the end of a lot of videos, there's a checking comprehension where I don't work it out for you. I want you to go ahead and try to work it out yourself. The key to working it out is always in that video. The reason why we're doing the flipped classroom model is so that we have a lot of free class time to do labs. Our labs are going to take a long time, and there's going to be 16 of them, so it's just a big chunk of time. And every lab is going to be based off of the scientific method, of course. Every textbook will give you a different form of these bubbles, usually starting with hypothesis and ending in theory, but in the middle, it's always kind of different for every textbook. I really think it's the difference between three different sections. The observation hypothesis, or your pre-lab, or your question or problem. The middle part here is based on the experiment, data, and observations. And we'll need to reproduce it if we have to. And then the last part is for your conclusion. This is the theory is at the end, and it's a lot of people get confused with the theory, and they think that a theory is something you start with at the beginning, but you develop the theory at the end. If you come back later and find out that the theory does not match with your actual observations, you need to go back to to the red circle and start again, and that's the whole idea of the scientific method. In AP Chemistry, we're going to be using the scientific method in conjunction with what's called scientific inquiry. Inquiry means question, and the idea is that you will start with a question or problem that I give you, and you will use the scientific method to collect your own data and form your own conclusions. This will involve you writing your own procedure as well. There's going to be 4 different parts of an inquiry. There's going to be the confirmation and structured inquiry are things that you did in elementary and middle school, where it was mostly teacher-centered, and the teacher will basically controlled every little thing that you did, and you were just participating in it. And also that's what I did in your first year chemistry. In AP Chemistry, we're going to be doing guided inquiry, where I will give you a question, an example, and you will create your own procedure, collect your data, and form your own conclusions. An example of this is when I am where our first lab is going to be on Gatorade, and you're going to be testing food dyes. First, we're going to do a normal structured inquiry just on food dye that are standardized and the actual standards one. And then you're going to do a guided inquiry on something with actual Gatorade. And I want you to test the food dye concentration that is in the Gatorade. This is what the Mythbusters would do. That they would allow the myth to create the question, and then they would create their own procedure and form their own conclusions, whether it was busted or not. So think Mythbusters when you think guided inquiry. For an open and true inquiry, think Miss Frizzle from the Magic School Bus. She would always, the students would ask her a question, and she would say field trip, and then they would go see it for real. Unfortunately, Magic School Bus is a TV show, and it's hopefully we'll get to this step at the very end of the year, where you will actually ask your own questions and test it and form your own conclusions. The reason why we do this is so that it connects everything that you've learned in the videos and from class into an actual discovery of something. You get to find out for yourself. You get to learn from each other as well. Some of you might know more than another person, and it is required by the College Board to do at least 6 of them. We should do 7. I'm pretty sure we're going to do 7. Parents and teachers will always ask these 3 questions. How do you know where to start? I will tell you where to start, and we'll always do an introductory activity that's going to be guided along, so you at least know the idea first, know how to use the equipment. It does take a lot of time, and sometimes it might even take a full week of lab. And a lot of people will ask, is it safe for me to just kind of mix chemicals? I will be there, and you are responsible for your own safety, but I will be there to provide and to oversee that. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to make sure that you stay safe. A great optional video that you can see is embedded in these slides. So go find them on Google Classroom. That you can see the link or the actual embedding, or just type this whole thing in to YouTube and you'll find this video. So let's start our very first checking comprehension question, and I want you to. I'm going to give you a problem. So if I were grilling, I love my grilling analogies, with 2 pounds of chicken wings and a propane gas grill, I seasoned all my chicken beforehand, and then I put it on the grill. And I preheated that grill to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. After 5 minutes, I come back and I see this picture. Ugh, yuck. I'm now burning my chicken, and the thermometer now reads over 600 degrees Fahrenheit. Please, I want you to propose a hypothesis for what actually caused the flame up. And then I want you to write a procedure to test that hypothesis. Try to be creative with this. Please remember that your hypothesis must be testable. I want you to isolate all your variables and be prepared to run your experiment multiple times to get good data. Okay guys, thanks for watching.